right here. I burned this one a little bit, but you could still see it was pretty coarse on top, and it had some pitting. So I just didn't like the way that it cooled. And that was this wax, and it's a soy cocoa blend, and you can kind of see the courses in there. But they're really good wax, and it throws really well. But I'm gonna mix this. I got some more luxurious, I guess you could call it, wax. It's more of a premium blend, and I'll get that for you right now. And I just got this 50-pound box from California Candle Supply, and this is a premium blend. This is a coconut apricot cream, and let's get into it. Every good Boy Scout has a knife. Wow, this is really nice. You can see this comes in a big slab also, and you could just feel its butteriness. It's so much richer. It has a pleasant scent to it also. So I'll be mixing this and this coconut soy. I'm going to be mixing them together, and we'll see how it finishes and how it throws. So let's get started and make some candles. All right, so I've measured my fragrance. Sorry, I forgot to put that in the video, but I measured my fragrance. I'm gonna reset this guy. I'm gonna take my fragrance. I always cover my fragrance because I don't want any of it evaporating, especially this. This is amazing. Next thing we're gonna do is we gotta clean our vessels. So we'll clean our vessels, and I'll put that on high speed so you guys don't have to sit there watching me clean vessels. So I have my samples for reviews. They're already set aside. I've got 6 of them. They're gonna be going out tomorrow. So these ones I'm setting up for some wick testing. Same fragrance, same wax. And I have got a couple that are eco wicks and a couple that are wooden wicks. And one of them is a 0.5, I believe the other one's a 0.35. And I'm gonna burn those tomorrow, and I'll take some notes and let those burn probably 2 hours at a time, since it's a 2-inch diameter. Let those burn for a couple hours at a time and take notes and just see what wicks work the best with that diameter, because I have some minis that I'm gonna be selling, and I wanna have the best melt pool possible, best scent throw possible, and I want them, number one, to be safe. So burn test is imperative when you're selling candles. You want to be safe more than anything. Some people just want a great hot throw and burning paraffins and big old fat wicks. It's a good way to start a fire. So we're going to do some burn testing and make sure that we're safe first and that we have a nice scent throw. So I have a feeling the 0.5, this is going to be way too heavy of a wick, but I have to try it out and see. Like I said, this is a new wax, and I got to try it out. But I think the 3.5 might work out. Definitely the Eco Wicks will work out just fine, but you got to see what works best. before you put a product out there. I want to put the most amazing candles out that I possibly can, so I want to test it every which way before it goes out the door. So we'll get our wick stabilized here and check on our wax and see if we can't get pouring. So we got our wax up to about 198, 200 degrees, right in there. It's what the manufacturer recommends for melting. And we'll let it settle down to about between 185 and 180 before we add our fragrance, because we want our fragrance to bind with the molecules of the wax at the best time possible, the best temperature possible, so that we don't have any weeping and have the best hot scent throw that we possibly can get, because this fragrance is really insane. This is very high-end fragrance. Along with this wax, the whole ingredient list for this candle is very high-end. It's gonna be a very, very nice candle, very luxurious candle with some very deep notes. You know, I smelled Tom Ford candle. I don't know if you heard of Tom Ford, but they're really expensive, and but I mean, well worth it. I mean, they smell phenomenal. So I was inspired by the Tom Ford candle, but I didn't want to do a dupe. I wanted to do my own and share some of the same notes that it had, but come up with my own really rich and really deep blend of fragrances that I could call my own. But like I say, you know, what I like, others might not like. So hopefully this one gets some good reviews. I mean, yes, the ingredients were very expensive, but so well worth it. And I hope that people love it just the same as I do. So we'll go ahead and see if the wax is going to be at the right temperature to pour. Manufacturer says that it should be poured right around 170 degrees. So we'll give it a quick stir, check the temperature, and let's start pouring.
I feel like I've been here before, familiar with the view. This ain't nothing new. And every time that you walk through the door, I'm hit by the same old tide, blinded by the lights. And I'm going through changes, but it's easier with you. I'm going through changes, and so are you. I live for the moments when you're around me. I know you've got secrets, but I can't keep on. And we're fading in and out together. The fuse wide open, stuck in the moment.
So the 6 candles that I'm mailing out tomorrow are called Commodity. I didn't want to get them mixed up. This is a different one, the one I'm pouring now for testing. The other one that I did has already been pretty much tested, and I'm just sending them out for reviews. And it's in the same collection. It's a very luxe, very high-end fragrance collection. So I really can appreciate the scent on this one a little more. It's a little more masculine, I think, but to each his own. And I think they're both great. I think they're going to do well. Hopefully we get good reviews on both, and we'll let the public decide. So we'll let these cool down till tomorrow. Then I'll trim them up and we'll do a burn test on them, and we'll go package up the Commodity samples. So I ordered these stickers before I measured the squares for these melts. So they don't fit exactly right. And I'm also adding warning labels to the back. Anytime you're dealing with heat and wax and oil, I'm putting warnings on everything. I think the most important thing is safety, you know? I like to use at least 91% alcohol. It makes getting residual wax and oils and things really easy to get off. So uh, I don't use anything less. Otherwise it just makes the job a lot harder. So little 91, we'll clean these up, get them capped, and get them ready to ship. You can see the finish on these came out really nice. This is that cocoa soy blend. This isn't the apricot cream. That's the other ones that we just poured. But the finish on these came out really nice. The cold throw on them is really good. Got a little schmutz on there. I'm gonna get it off at that 91% alcohol. But the cold throw is really nice on these. I test burned one and it smelled really good. I gave it to a couple of guys at work, and the reviews from them was really solid. So I think these are going to be a great candle in this collection. I mean, I had this little 2-inch candle burning in a pretty good sized room in my living room, and the throw was pretty much through the entire room. And I had it in my bathroom, and it really was fragrant in there. So I think this candle is going to do very well. This is a good size for like your bedroom or your bathroom, and I'll make some bigger ones. You know, after I get the reviews back, we'll make some bigger ones, and they'll be a good size for like your living room. A nice home candle, maybe some 2 or 3 wick candles, 3.5, 4-inch vessels, and I'm even going to start making my own vessels. I'm really excited about that. I'm going to make some stone and some concrete vessels right in my garage and just start stocking up on them. And those are going to be the ones that I'm going to be using for my candles once I get everything tested and get everything dialed in. It's going to be a really amazing adventure getting this company off the ground. So many twists and turns are going to be coming at me, and that's all part of the adventure, you know. So I ordered some packaging right here, and this is just mock-up packaging. These are what I'm sending my samples out in. I ordered a bunch of them on Alibaba because they were very inexpensive, and they're pretty flimsy. These aren't what I'm going to use for shipping. There'll be boxes around these, the USPS boxes, but these are what the vessels are going in, and what I'm going to be preliminarily packing my samples in so I can get them out to review and start getting some data back so I can really get things dialed in. I'm really excited to get a solid menu down of ingredients. Because it really is a science. I mean, you got to melt pools, you have oil, you have wax, you have different wick sizes that go with different waxes, and the size of the vessel. I mean, when you put it all together, it really is a science. So you have to really have it dialed in to have a solid product that people are really going to be able to enjoy. And that's what this first few months is going to be all about, is really getting it dialed in. You know, I had imposter syndrome for a long time, you know, and I had my doubts that I could really do this maybe for a living someday, but it really is a passion for me, and I really do love making candles, and I've always done it for, you know, friends, family, and myself. I've always enjoyed making my own candles, and I started out with essential oils, and now I'm using big jugs of fragrances. It's so much different when you really start getting into producing, you know, a large quantity of something that is going to be in hopefully everybody's home and elicit emotional responses that you're aiming for, and that's why all the data is so important. So We're going to get these samples out, and I'm throwing a couple of goodies in for a couple people that responded first. And we'll kind of do stuff like this, I think, probably for every part of the collection. Anytime samples go out or tests go out, we want to make it fun and we want to make it exciting. So these are some labels that I made, and I used a company called Avery, where you can buy the labels and then go on their website and do the design, put them in your own printer and print them up, throw them right on your candles or whatever you're selling, and you have your own labels that you made with your own hands. I want pretty much everything. By the time I'm done with this, I want everything to be done with my own hands, including these vessels. And it's what it's all about. So I'm looking forward to getting the data back. And if you go to dreamkettle.com and get on the mailing list, the emails are proprietary to me. I'm not going to sell your information. Your information won't go anywhere beyond me. And hopefully we can use you for one of the reviews someday. And stay tuned. It's going to be a lot of fun, and what a great adventure this is going to be. And I want to thank you guys for watching the video and staying with me, and for the support, and watch our story and watch us grow. It's going to be a great adventure. I'm really looking forward to it. So this is the commodity. These are getting shipped out tomorrow. And thanks again. We'll talk to you soon.